I love to talk a lot about how important video is to having your marketing arsenal. And although there are a lot of affordable options of hiring people to do your videos for you, when you have a small budget, you may want to try the DIY way. So let's talk about how you can make your own YouTube videos with very little budget. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can create your own videos using gear that is inexpensive or things that you may already have. Then I will give you a couple of options for editing programs that are either free or very affordable. And finally, I'll give you a couple of tips on what to look for if you do decide to hire somebody to do your videos. When I first decided to leave my cushy television job and go out on my own and try to make my own way in the world, I started working for a car dealership and I was making videos for their Facebook. They didn't want to spend a lot of money on gear, and so I had to get a little bit creative on what I got, but I was able to create some really beautiful videos on a budget, and I'll show you some of the things that I used. Eventually, I did go out and spend the money to get higher quality gear. And at the time, I gave away a lot of the stuff I had used to a friend who wanted to start their own YouTube channel. So I don't have it, but I can show you some examples of footage that I have that shows a lot of the items that I did use. If you're not looking to go out and spend $800 on a camera and another $1,500 on a nice lens, and then you have to get, a nice mic for that, and maybe you want one or two cameras, here you go. Use your phone. I used the iPhone to film hundreds of videos and they looked amazing. The iPhone can do so much. You can very easily buy a tripod that has a holder on it that you can stick your iPhone right in. You can put it on, so that it's facing you. Now, of course, this camera isn't quite as good as this camera, but that's okay. It still looks really nice. Have it on you. The key, you want to make sure that the camera is this direction and not this direction. Well, actually, that's not true. That depends. If you're making something for YouTube, right, you want it to be this direction. If it's for TikTok or Reels or YouTube Short, then you want it to be this direction. One thing to keep in mind, if you are using the front-facing camera, one common thing we see is people are looking at themselves. They're like, wow, I look so good. I look so pretty. Make sure you're looking at that little baby camera, that little tiny hole. It will make a big difference in the quality of your videos. I can show you an example. I have a screen that's facing me right now so that I can make sure that when I sit back down, I'm in the shot. I'm filming by myself today. Allie is out, working with our clients right now. So I am looking directly into the lens, and this is what it would look like if I'm looking at myself. It's a really common mistake people often use when they're working with their phone. So just make sure, again, you're looking in the lens, you're looking in the lens here, or you're looking in the lens on the front, as opposed to looking at yourself. It's going to make for a much better video. The next thing I want to show you is this little device here. It is a gimbal for your phone, and this thing was a lifesaver. It was only $100, so super inexpensive. I haven't used this in a little while, but luckily it was still charged. And this was a complete lifesaver. It was really nice if I wanted to get shots of something, some B-roll. It just makes for a much smoother shot than if I'm trying to hold the camera and it's shaky. I could hold it out here, use it as a selfie view that way. So this came in handy quite a bit. Like I said, it was only $100. So this is something I would definitely invest in if you're planning on doing your own videos using your phone. They do make these for cameras as well, but again, that's a lot more expensive. They're bulkier. This was super user-friendly, especially when I was by myself, when I was run and gun going just to grab some B-roll, wanted to use my phone. This worked really well. The next thing I would consider investing in is a lavalier microphone. Mine is connected to me right now. So I'll grab some B-roll of it so I can show you what it looks like. It's just gonna clip on. I have mine under my shirt currently, but you can plug that directly into your phone so you're gonna get better quality audio. People are gonna be much quicker to forgive poor quality video over poor quality audio. If they can't hear you, if it's windy, if it's crinkly, if it's annoying, then people are gonna click off a lot faster than if it is just poor quality video. The lavalier microphone that I got that plugged directly directly into my phone. I got it off Amazon. It was only $25. So again, you don't have to spend a lot of money, but it will enhance your audio quality greatly. The next thing I invested in was a green screen. Now, there's a few different things you can do. If you have a space in your house where you can paint a wall, that's an option. I bought this green screen. I think I got it off Amazon as well. It's not the prettiest looking thing, but it did the job and it worked really, really well. I was able to put it up, take it down. So I put it in an extra room in my house, but when I needed to utilize that room, it was my office, I was able to take it down and put it away very easily. I could also take it places if I needed to, and that way I was able to have a really simple, nice green screen. I decided to move away from the whole green screen look and build more of a space that represented the brand of what I was trying to create videos for. So I went to my local craft store and I just bought these photos that you can see in this picture here. Sometimes you just have to make do with your surroundings. If you're shooting at your office, you might have a cooler space. I made some videos for a dealership. Again, I would put a car behind me, or I would show the dealership, I would show the space that I was in. Here's some examples of that. In the beginning, the most important thing is that you get started. So if you do have a smaller budget, then use things like your iPhone, get a $25 lavalier microphone, film in the space that you're in. You might not have the best lighting or the best location, but the important thing is that you just start creating content and then you can slowly add things. The next thing I bought were these LED lights. Again, they were super inexpensive, but they work great. They're a little bit small, so there's a couple options. This is actually a trick I learned from Ali. You can buy just a white umbrella and that's going to create a much softer, prettier, and bigger light for you. You can also point the light up onto the ceiling and light above you, as opposed to having a square, harsh light coming directly onto your face. It's best if you can turn off the overhead lights above you. A lot of lights are the wrong color, right? They're more of kind of a yellowy color. So if you don't have that correct color light, your videos are gonna look a bit odd, especially if you're filming with your phone, right? It's not gonna correct the color as well as a camera would. So if you can control the light as much as possible, that's great. Again, if you can't, that's okay. There were a lot of instances when I was making videos with my phone that I wasn't able to control the light as well as I would have liked, and they still came out and did the job that they needed to do. We have other videos that go into lighting, so I'm not gonna go a ton into that. You can check out one here. But again, I would just say get started and then you can slowly add more gear and nicer gear to your gear package so that you can make nicer quality videos. As far as editing goes, you have a lot of different options and most programs are really great, especially if you're doing pretty simple cuts. You can use something like iMovie to put it together. That's a free program. There's apps that you can use that you can edit directly on your phone, so you don't even have to put it on a computer. I, of course, prefer to edit on a computer. I use the Adobe Suite and I paid $32 a month for that. Editing software doesn't need to be super expensive to have something nice. Premiere is amazing. That also comes with things like Photoshop and Audition and After Effects. It comes with the entire full suite. So I feel like that's a really, really good deal for all of the applications that you get. And yes, I just said applications like I'm 427 years old. You're welcome. We do have some editing tutorials on our channel, so go ahead and check those out so you can get some quick tips on how to get started in editing. By the way, I've got a very grumper Silkskin sitting right here. If you can see, she's growling at who knows what, just being a really big helper today. If you're sitting here thinking, oh no, I do not want to learn how to edit, I could maybe shoot some videos on my phone, but realistically, I'm looking to hire somebody. You know, how much is that going to cost me? The price of a videographer, an editor, or even a crew that you might hire to do your videos will definitely vary. But if you're looking to put your dollars towards that as opposed to learning how to do it yourself, then you'll probably want to be using an organic growth method. And we do have a lot of videos of how you can use YouTube to do just that. The key to video marketing being very affordable is doing everything in bulk. So instead of hiring somebody to come in and film one video every single day, you want to bring them in for an entire day. Set an entire day aside, plan 10 to 15 videos that you're going to shoot that you can post all throughout the month, and then have them edit in bulk. This is going to save you a lot of cost of only having to hire a crew for one single day as opposed to every single day of the month. And also, your editor is going to be able to sit down and work on all of the videos at once. It sounds really silly, but every time they have to open up their project or, sort their footage separately, it's going to take time, and that time is going to add up. We have a full A to Z done for you service that does just that. We do everything, all the pre-production in bulk, and then we do one single filming day. We pull you away from your business for just one day of the month, and then we take care of the back end and the rest for you while you continue to work on your business. If that's something you would be interested in, then click the link in the description box below. You can talk to a producer and find out if we're a good fit for you. We are your video allies. You've got this, we've got your back, and we can't wait to see what kind of content you create.